Number 11 is Conkeldurr. That's not surprising. Gutsman right there. He's pretty good. He is pretty good. I've ran into several of him. Not as many as when Black and White first came out, though. Not as many, which is interesting. Because I guess a lot more people just decided, hey, we're seeing a lot more Psychic types running around, so we're going to take him out of our team. Number 12 is Jirachi. Jirachi was so overused and so abused in 4th gen. Whether it was a lead Scarf with Trick and Stealth Rock and U-Turn and then Elemental Punch or Iron Head, or the infamous Paraflinch Jirachi, which is absurd and takes no skill whatsoever to use, and I hate people who use him. And then there's Super Rachi, which he was amazing. He was amazing. He's harder to use, though. He is harder to use, but if you use him in Rain, he's a beast, and he is nigh impossible to kill. He just does not die. But he's great. Number 13 is Politoed, which we know it's really just Drizzletoad because nobody uses Politoed other than that. It's the only reason to use that frog. Dragonite is number 14, which he's used fairly often, I think, just because of his bulk. And he gets decent mixed attacker stats and move pool. Thundurus is number 15. I haven't seen very many Thundurus out there lately. I have not. Gengar 16, followed by Jellicent, Skarmory, who with Sturdy is a beast. Volcarona being 19, and number 20 being Starmie, and then followed by several others. But those are the top 20 most used Pokemon right now in OU, and therefore obviously are not going to be viable in UU and under. But it's looking like it's going to be a very, very interesting metagame right now. I mean, it ends, there are 53 usable OU Pokemon at the moment, ending with Tornadus, and the first UU Pokemon is Espeon, which I kind of laugh at because, at first everyone was like, oh my god, Magic Bounce Espeon, that's amazing. No, she still has mediocre speed, great special attack, but very frail in every other sense, unless you're running Calm Mind, and you're still very weak to being revenge killed because she's still slow. So overall, I don't disagree with her being in UU. And there are several other Pokemon that are in UU, which I'm very surprised about. Chansey is UU right now, as is Zoroark, and Togekiss, and a few other Pokemon that used to be OU. So this meta game, I have a feeling, is going to be evolving and changing very often and very quickly, with rapid succession. It right now, it's a rather unbalanced and unstable metagame. And so I think it's going to take another good couple of months before we even have something with some small semblance of stability to it. But hey, it should be pretty exciting, and I'm looking forward to it. In other news, websites that are doing reviews on Pokemon sets, please stop doing Pokemon from previous generations. Cerebi, the Pokemon of the week, is Alakazam. Why? We've seen Alakazam for a decade now, well over a decade. It's not necessary. Give me something new. I want to see something new. Also, the official site with the minigame, I'm sorry, not metagame, with the minigame to get one of the Dream World Eevee evolutions, that minigame will be closing soon. So, get it done. If you haven't already, I will provide a link to that minigame in the description below this, as well as a few other links. So yeah, get one of those Eevee evolutions as soon as you can. I know I'll be getting mine. Moving on, VGC is this month. VGC starts this month, and that is very exciting, very cool. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the Video Game Championships hosted by Nintendo and Game Freak, there are 3 divisions. There's Junior Division, which is if you are born in the year 2000 or later. So if you are an 8-year-old, you will be in the Junior Division. Senior Division, if you're born in 96, 97, 98, or 99, you will be in the Senior Division. And I don't remember if they had this 3rd division when I went 2 or 3 years ago. I think it was 2. No, it might have been 3. It was whatever year they were offering the shiny Milotic. Anyway, Masters Division, if you're born in 1995 or earlier. I was definitely born earlier. I'm not that old, but I was born in the late 80s. So, yeah. I'm in Masters Division. I'm still debating on whether or not I'm going to go. I'm leaning towards going because this is the first year that it's extremely close to where I live. It is about a half-hour drive, a very straight shot at that from my house. So I'm definitely leaning towards actually going. I'm hoping I actually get to participate this time. The last time I went with a buddy at the time, and we both had pretty good teams. I helped him breed his, and I even EV'd one of his Pokemon, the Snorlax that he had used, and he got to participate and actually compete. I did not, because they had a stupid setup of how they choose who gets to battle and not. They basically give you a wristband with a number on it, a random number, 1 through whatever, because they only take 128 people in each division, and even then, there are a couple that already get buys because they were like national championship, or national champion, or regional champion, or even world champion the year prior to that, or 2 years prior to that, something. And so they get automatic entry. But, yeah, you get a random number, and if your number is picked, if there's more than that 128 people, then you get to play. And you actually get to compete in the competition. If not, you basically just drove whatever many miles for nothing, for maybe a shiny Pokemon, which you could breed or catch or whatever, or have somebody hack yourself, I guess. I personally don't approve of hacking. I don't approve of people who hack. To me, that's boring and lazy, and as much as a lazy son of a gun I am, I'm not that lazy. But anyway, Video Game Championships coming up. For those of you in California and following this, it is May 21st, Saturday, May 21st, in San Jose at the, I don't remember the name of the convention center, it's Mix something. But it's at the convention center, and it'll be fun. Anyone who's gone to Fanime-Con before, it's in the same exact convention center. I think it's being hosted in the showroom where they usually have all of the video games set up during Fanime. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember though. I don't remember which exhibit hall it is exactly. I'd have to look that up. But the rules this year are fairly straightforward. It's going to be the same 2v2 doubles battles, with you get to use 4 Pokemon, so actually it's 4v4 doubles. You can bring a team of 6, but you can only use 4 in each match, which I've always disagreed with this because I think it should be 6v6 doubles. Just because, you raise an entire team and then it's more fun that way. Because sometimes battles can be very, very short if your opponent doesn't bring their counter to whatever sweeper you have, and you just walk all over them, and the game's over in like 7 or 8 turns. But, whatever. It is Unova Dex Pokemon only. So you can only use Pokemon that you can catch before getting the National Pokedex in Pokemon Black and White versions. This I was kind of disappointed with, but I understand the reasoning behind it, though this probably isn't what they were thinking. My justification for them, I have to make up a justification for them because they probably weren't thinking this, is that it started out with a fresh metagame. People are still unfamiliar with a lot of the Unova Pokemon, and so this gives them a chance to get familiar with them and have to put together new teams instead of bringing in an older team that they've used and been winning with or losing with, depending on if you're good or suck, for years. And that's just kind of how it is. I'm fairly excited. I'm thinking it could be pretty fun. I've already started putting together a couple teams. Haven't decided which I'm gonna use just yet. I'm leaning towards one, but like I said, I'm not positive. It should be an experience. Anybody who can go should go. And leave me a message. Let me know if you're going. I think it'll be a pretty fun time. Anyways, that's it for week 2 of Veterans Corner. This is your host, VeteranChamp, signing out.